Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the first season of Euphoria, you might as well leave now as it contains details from the show. Thanks. Euphoria ends on a very depressing note. With such a heavyweight ending, the HBO series ended with a little bit of sniff and a whole lot of crazy dancing. Actress Zendaya added her vocals in the mix as dancers clad in church robes throw her up the air, only to be caught again. The series finale can only be described as bizarre and totally raises a whole set of questions. HBO, Euphoria Unanswered Questions. Is Rue alive? Did she overdose? Was she dead all this time? Is that why her mom is narrating the episode? No one can tell if it was just a trippy session because of her relapse or if it's supposed to represent whatever happens after her death. The timeline went all over the place since the maroon hoodie that belonged to her father really made it even more confusing. She Beetlejuiced off of the bed and people started to theorize that she has been dead the whole time. HBO, Euphoria. For the finale of the series, the choir around her formed a hill with one another. She then climbs up and jumps into the sky from. This could mean she had an overdose, as we see her seemingly bid her mother and sister goodbye and finally reunite with her dad. It might have been her brain living the fantasy before her death. HBO, Euphoria. Why does Jules suddenly suck? Will she ever come back? We have been rooting for Rue and Jules. In mid-hookup, we suddenly see her telling her actual partner that she loved having Anna bite her. She went from a really great friend, one half of the cutest ship ever, to toxic as hell. She may have become the reason why Rue stopped doing drugs, but she surely does become the reason why she relapsed. HBO, Euphoria. Thoughts and theories. Rue struggles with drugs and losing her dad. Euphoria sure did end in a weird way. In fact, the finale ended with a musical number that doesn't really fit in with the whole drugs, and its whole major theme. This take visualizes Rue's struggles with both drugs and losing her father. His mere presence in the musical number shows that she never properly coped with and understand not having him around. Throughout the first season, Rue wore her dad's clothes, and that became one of the series' biggest reveals. This shows another huge sign of her inability to let go of this tragedy in her life. Although she has come to terms with the loss, she can't admit or understand that it's perfectly healthy to move on. She doesn't want to feel happy in any way because she feels as if she's betraying her dad. HBO, Euphoria. The guilt has been eating her, and when she finally thought that she found happiness with Jules, the drugs stopped. However, that didn't go as planned, as we can see her relapse at the end. She was already 3 months sober, and it really sucked to see her get back to her demons. As much as Nate chose to be the bad guy of the whole series, Jules didn't stay as one of the good characters as we had hoped. HBO, Euphoria. Jules' strange and toxic behavior towards Rue. Jules easily cheats on Rue, tell her about it and take her along a relationship that may or may not be exclusive. She proved to be a toxic partner for Rue, given her situation. She clowned her for wearing her dad's clothes and just basically leave her. Jules went from this awesome person that everybody wants to protect and root for to a complete asshole. HBO, Euphoria. Going away was Rue's crazy idea, but not pushing through with it meant she has yet to let go of her struggles and pain. She has yet to actually move on and find her happiness. Rue now realizes that the one person she thought would be her way out of her substance abuse actually turned out to be very toxic for her well-being. HBO, Euphoria. At first, Rue stopped doing drugs for Jules, but she later became the reason why she relapsed. She is obviously going to be a major character in the second season, so she's still part of the show. It will be very interesting to see how the Rue Jules equals rules dynamic will play out, with Jules not in contact with anybody else. HBO, Euphoria. Nate continues to be an asshole. As strange as he can be, he continues to be one of the more fascinating characters on the show. First up, he's a freaking lunatic who has anger issues which stemmed directly from his father. the fact that Nate understood who his father really is, at a very young age, could explain why he's such an asshole all the time. HBO, Euphoria. Him and Maddie are obviously not good for each other. Although their relationship is very toxic, they still continue to be together because they simply want to. We have yet to know what will happen in the future when it comes to the both of them. Nate is starting to lose his mind while his father struggles to admit that it's all his fault. HBO, Euphoria. Is Rue alive? Will Jules stop being an asshole? What happened between Cassie and McKay? Where's Tyler? When are we going to get Alexi episode? What the hell is Maddie going to do with Cal's video? Did Kat actually cut her own bangs, or was it a wig? Is Fez going to be okay? Are we even going to get some answers? Let's block ads.